Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. Yes, it has been way too long since I did a video on this freaking channel, but the shows was not popping like I wanted them to pop in, life. So anyway, y'all, real quick before I jump into this recap review of P Valley, down in that valley where the girls get naked. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if also hit that notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. So this is season 2 of P Valley. They came back Friday, which is today. I did watch it early on the app. It should be dropping at 9, I think. So it should be on like right now while I'm doing this recap review. So hey, I'm right on time with it, y'all. And this episode was called Pussyland. Okay. So it opens up and it's like some birthday party at this apartment building or whatever. And it's like 1,000 freaking children in there. And we see Darnell, like from, if y'all watch Shy, if y'all watch The Shy, is Darnell, he's the actor that plays Darnell in The Shy. So I'm going to call this man Darnell because we don't know his name. You know, he just like a regular little schmegular person. He's just some random person. But he at the birthday party. And my apologies in advance real quick, y'all. I am sick. So if y'all hear me wheezing or if this get paused and not come back on, I might have started coughing or something like that. Yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know. Y'all be like, what's going on? She like, ooh. If y'all hear anything, I'm sick. So anyway, so in the middle of the party, because the kids all over the place, they popping balloons, too much going on. So he like, look, I'm going to the 7-Eleven. So he get in his car. He turn on his radio. It's Steve Harvey on there talking about not all black lives. Black Lives Matter, child. And so then he driving. He see a sign with Mercedes' mom, Patrice, Lord, I couldn't get that out. Patrice up there, and she opened up that church where it was supposed to be Mercedes' gym and stuff like that. It ended up being she opened it up for her church. So they didn't tag that sign up. It was like this bitch funky ass. Like they tagged the ish out of that damn sign. So it's a sign over there on one side telling him to go to the church. And then it's this girl, she's swinging this sign that say, what it say? Car wash, free hot wings, and titties. So he like, And if we know Darnell from The Shy, we know which way he gonna go. So of course he go over there to the car wash. So he pulls up to the car wash, and Autumn and Big L is like in this little makeshift booth or whatever. And Autumn inside the booth, Big L on the outside of the booth. And so it's like signs that say hand job, $30, detailing $50, Mercedes experience, $100. So he like, I want my car to look like a Mercedes. So he hands her the money or his card or whatever. And he like, are you going to be dancing? And she like, no. Big L was like, you don't want to see her dance. She looking like, nigga, what? So anyway, she like, you want a receipt? He like, no, I don't need no evidence. And so Big L like, smart man. So he goes into the car wash, child. It's called Pussyland. Not that the car wash literally looked like the opening of a damn vagina, child. It was pink. It had the curtains, it looked like he was driving into a goddamn pussy. So he gets in there, and it's all these girls in cages and stuff. They dancing, and it's dark in there, and they dancing and stuff like that. He turns his car off, and he's just sitting there waiting. So then he looks up, and like on the stage or whatever is Uncle Clifford. So Uncle Clifford, dressed to the tens, he up there, and so dude was like, oh hell no. So he about to reverse back. Uncle Clifford like, no, I need you to come forward. I need you to what do you say? I need you to ram hard up into this, but don't hit the walls or not yet or whatever. And so then it's somebody, so then he walk away, Uncle Clifford walk away, and then there's somebody dancing. Like she real flexible, okay? She must be double jointed or some child, because look. So she real flexible, so she start dancing and stuff, and then it's like all these girls come out of nowhere, all this titties and ass, child. And they got soap, and they soaping each other up. They kissing, they slapping asses with the suds and stuff. And he like, oh, shit. So he rubbing on himself. He doing some self-care on himself. And then next thing we see is Mercedes. She on the stage with this, like, not carnival horse, what's the thing? The merry-go-round horse, like a merry-go-round horse. And then she on that pole, she working and stuff like that. Child, next day we know he explodes from self-pleasuring himself, that self-care. And Uncle Clifford knocked on the window. Scared him half to damn death. Was like, we got that free weed wangs and some Clorox wipes to clean up that dashboard right there. And then they walk away. And then that's how I opened up. I said, oh yes, we is in for a good season 2. Okay. So we see Mercedes after the opening credits and stuff like that. She tired. We see her shoulder hurting. And it's probably from when she got in a fight with her mama the last episode or whatever. So her shoulder still hurt, and all them fussing, talking about we gotta take you to the doctor. She like, no, I'm gonna be okay. Uncle Clifford over there fussing because he like, we got another one, y'all, we got another one. And so Mercedes threw her wig back on and got the working child. They all in the back, or I don't know, because they look like they was just like in the driveway. So I just want to say they outside. They not in the back or nowhere, like, or whatever. But because the sign, I forgot to tell y'all, the sign for the Pank said the Pank is closed, but our pussy is open or something like that. So it looked like they was like in the parking lot. So they set up the car wash stuff at the tent and all that in the parking lot. So I want to say they're either behind the tent or just in front of the tent or whatever, and they're talking. And they got like a little setup where it's outside, and they got a bar, and they watching videos and stuff like that. Uncle Clifford giving a baby whiskey, Jupiter's baby, because Jupiter done had a baby child, and she like, I can't never get that baby to stop crying. How you get that baby to stop crying? And Big L like, cause Uncle Clifford been giving that baby some bird. He ain't like, I ain't getting that baby no bird. I'm giving that baby some whiskey. I was cracking up. So she like, give me my baby, give me my baby child, give me baby what? So they talking and stuff like that. Autumn giving out the money to the girls and stuff, and she doing it electronically. One girl, she negative. All her bank account stuff was red. All she got paid was $300. Mercedes fussing because we ain't see how much she got paid, but we looking like, Mercedes looking like, that's all I got paid. Like, what is going on? Like, why I ain't getting no money? And then Uncle Clifford was like, well, all the money that go to Pussy Land go in one big pot, and then we divide it out. And she like, well, I don't understand why Big L getting money. He ain't out there working he ain't got no pussy. Like, what he out here doing? And he like, I got them wines. You better put some respect on that. I was cracking up. So, what do you say? You better respect my contribution. I said, now, boy, you should not be getting paid whatever they getting paid for some chicken wings. No. So, Mercedes, she start fussing. She like, men come in here. They coming over the Mercedes experience. They come in for the Mercedes experience, but I believe it not with Lincolns and stuff like that. And so Uncle Clifford and her get into it. Toy, one of the dancers, Mercedes about to fight, child. Big L ain't paying no attention. He too busy eating the damn chicken wing. He gonna wipe his mouth because Uncle Clifford was like, Big L, you ain't gonna do your job. He like, what? Wiping his mouth with one of the damn face masks. I was cracking up. And so then we see a video popped on, and it's Little Murder and Mercedes. They pop up. I'm not Mercedes. Keyshawn. What was her name? Mississippi. They pop up on the screen because they got a music video. I said, okay. At least he's finally got a music video, whatever. Uncle Clifford, he getting all of his feelings because he see his boo thing up there, child. So he getting all like, oh my God. So then he finally had to like get up and, turn it off. He was like, no. We don't be playing that up in here because Keyshawn broke Uncle Clifford rule number 45.22. Leave your baby daddy drama at home, especially if he white. I was like, OMG. So then he started fussing at Jupiter, talking about some, your baby daddy better not be white or whatever like that. She was like, I don't even know who my baby daddy is. I was dying. So then they inside the Pank now. Uncle Clifford, Big L, and Autumn. They inside. Autumn looking at the paper. They done got denied another relief, talking about something. They not existential personnel or whatever. Then Autumn like, well, how much money y'all got left from what I gave y'all? They like $25K. She like, how the hell after I paid off everything? It was $195 left. Uncle Clifford was like, well, I had to help these girls pay whatever and stuff like that. And that was what 130K, 130K. She was like, yeah, but how that end up? All we got left is 25K. Like, this ain't right. And so Uncle Clifford, man, told me, I can't even believe I'm calling you partner and stuff. She was like, now shut that up, because I gave you 15% ownership. And Big L like, oh, that's how much high and bodies go for now. I'm just asking for a friend. And so she just ignored all that. And so Uncle Clifford, like, I see why Mercedes want a bigger cut. I want a bigger cut too. And all of them like, oh, I'm taking care of her. She being taken real good care of. I gave her a loan for the house and for the gym and all this other stuff. She being taken care of real well or whatever. And so all them getting mad because Uncle Clifford called her a yellow tail, but I forgot what he called her, but it was something with yellow. And so she getting mad, and then we hear the girls outside. So he like, oh my God, they fighting again. But they out there celebrating because the lockdown has been lifted or whatever. So then they trying to figure out what's going to happen next. And then they see the news of the mayor. Remember Andre uncle or godfather, he just passed away from the Rona, child. So they like, well, what's going to happen with the casino and stuff? So they don't know what's going to go on with that. And so then we see this lady, she a nurse, obviously. She going through the backyard, and we see everything that she had to go through to just change her clothes and then get into her house. Like, she got like a separate shower, a separate bath. She had to ball up all her stuff. Like, it was a lot going on. And so then she calling. We find out it's Andre's wife, and she was calling him. My bad, y'all. I had got a video call. So, where was I at? We find out it's Andre's wife. So she was calling him to tell him to bring up some almond, or she was going to get her almond milk because he was supposed to bring down almond milk for her refrigerator because she's sleeping in a basement while he upstairs because she want to keep it separate because she don't want to bring it home to him. She had looked in the mirror, child. Her face was all bruised and beaten just from wearing a mask 12 hours a day and all that other stuff. It's a lot. And so he'd been playing video games all day while she out here working and whatnot, but he got laid off, so you know it ain't technically like his fault. He ain't got nothing else to do. So she like, well, what you been doing all day? I've been trying to call you and stuff. You ain't been answering the phone. You done missed like 6 calls from Eloise. And who is Autumn? So he rushed over there and grabbed the phone. He get on the phone with Eloise. She like, well, you know, she telling him that his godfather had died and stuff. And so the wife listening to him saying like he gonna show up for the funeral. She like, no, you can't. And so she's screaming and pleading with him not to do that or whatever. And he like, well, I gotta pay my respects. She was like, I said today was a good day because I only lost 7 patients. And you know, yesterday I had lost 12 and stuff. I just want you to be safe out here and stuff. And he was like, well, look, I got to pay my respects. I won't go to the funeral or nothing like that, but I gotta pay my respects. So she like, well, show up early to the wake because you know how niggas gonna be. They gonna come late or whatever like that. So she basically telling him like, you can go, but you know, bring your butt back here real quick. So then we see Patrice, she hanging out. Why is that so hard for me to say? We see her handing out CDs and food boxes and stuff like that. And so then we see Lil Murda, he actually got one of the food boxes. He cooking it up in the kitchen and stuff like that. Him and DJ Never Scared, they working on his new song or whatever. And so Lil Murda, he like rapping it. He like, no, it's missing something. Gutter, it's missing something, you know, else. So then he pull out a pot and pan and started boom, 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 boom on there and started rapping. And DJ Never Scared like, oh yeah. So they start chopping it up and stuff like that. I think the bell rung, or I don't know why he went outside, but he went outside and a car pulled up and it's like 3 or 4 guys in the car, and they got these orange bandanas on, child. And so Lil Murda got his hand on his gun, and he like, the dude just rolled down the window, held his head out, and basically was like, when you gonna drop that new shit or whatever like that, because we need something for this quarantine. And he was like, soon my nigga, you know, Black Power. And so then the dude, you know, roll off or whatever. So then we see, I really thought, okay. So we see Autumn. She being woken up by Mercedes getting it. Okay. So at first I ain't know it was Mercedes, but apparently Autumn and Mercedes, they roommates or whatever like that. But she in there, she getting it. Autumn wake up, she bang on Mercedes' door, she go out, turn the music up, Mercedes getting louder, so she turn the music up again, child. She come out the room, it's just her and her doggy. And so I was like, well, who was in there saying it? Was it man? Like, where man go? Whatever like that. She talking about I was celibate for a year, and then all this other stuff, and She was like, man, they got locked up on some trumped up robbery charge. Rona want to come in and they ain't trying to go away. And then something else. And so, she was like, don't want to go away like somebody else I know, talking about Autumn. And Autumn like, look, I'm just looking, ain't nothing in Chuckalisa that I found that, you know, wow with me or whatever like that. But I'm looking. She was like, well, maybe you need to find something that you like, okay? And not just love. And so she was just like, but it seemed like you was getting some loving this morning or whatever. She was like, girl, I don't know what a real dick look like if it ain't purple or pink. I said, bitch, you was all that yelling on the deal. Girl. She be giving herself that self-care work. Okay, do you understand me? This game cheer is so loud. I'm so sorry, y'all. But anyway, Autumn was basically like, cause Mercedes about to leave to go to the gym or whatever with the dog. And so she was saying like, well, because you've been putting in all that work and all that other stuff at the club or whatever, when we open up for the reopening of the Pink, I'm gonna have you take some cut from the door or whatever. She was like, just the door? She was like, yeah, just the door. Like, look, okay. She was like, look, I know you holding down 2 mortgages and the gym or whatever like that. I'm going to audition for some new girls. She's like, no, we don't need no new girls up in here. She was like, yeah, well, what, Gidget gone? Because Gidget's mama had passed away. She had got Rona. Well, I don't know if she had got Rona or somebody had killed the mama or something like that. And I'll say that later. But Gidget gone. Keyshawn gone. So she was like, don't be saying that name up in here. Don't be saying that name up in here. She was like, well, I'm just saying. She was like, no, she pulled a gun out on family. You don't do that. You don't do that. I'm like, she was like, all right. Mercedes is like, no new girls. So Autumn like, all right, girl. All right, whatever. So then we see Keyshawn. She working the pool and she doing videos for some flat tummy tea and stuff. And then she working the pool and stuff. And then they married. I don't even know. But the baby daddy in the room taking care of the baby and stuff like that. And then she come out. So then we see basically she got a room set up, a pole dance and room video doing all the other stuff in her house. And so he was like, you had $400K that today or whatever. And she was like, you been watching the whole time? He was like, yeah, I've been watching the whole time. You know, you had all them numbers up and whatever. And he's talking about he got an interview at 3. She was like, well, I got another show at 3. And so he mad again, talking about he trying to work and do all this other stuff. He don't really want her to work. And so she was like, well, you know, once the lockdown is over, I can go out and, you know, work or whatever. And he like, no, all you need is their room. You know, his old abusive ass. He don't ever want her to leave out the house and stuff like that. So she feeling some type of way. So then we see Mercedes, she at the gym and she having a Zoom meeting for the girls. And she like, well, the lockdown is up next week. We gonna be in here, you know, working and twerking and all that other stuff. Child, the girls, their mamas can't afford it because they've been lost their jobs during the whole damn Rona. So none of their mamas can afford it. So I said, oh my God. So then we see Uncle Clifford and Big L, they fixing the place up. They in the cloud room or whatever. And it was this bag in the corner. It started blowing on its own or whatever like that. So they looking like, did you turn the air on? Did you open up a window? What's going on? And then here come Autumn. Talking about, did y'all? They scared. She was like, oh my God, I didn't mean to scare y'all like that. And so they like, no, it's okay, or whatever. So then Big L want to show her like how he put up all these colorful lights and stuff, and it looked real cute. But then Autumn, she zooms in on the wall where the blood stain from killing the dude, I can't think of his name right now, but killing him left a big ass blood stain on the wall. So she like, they arguing because Big L like, well, how the fuck that bleach ain't work? And so Uncle Clifford like, you supposed to use peroxide. Big L like, it wasn't no peroxide. And so Autumn like, no, we gotta paint the walls red. Blood always seep through. So then they looking like, bitch, how the fuck you know that? You done killed before. So then we see that, and so then we see Lil Murder. He in the funeral home, and he looking for Wody. Ain't that his manager? I think that's his manager. So he looking for Wody. Child, he calling Wody. Why does nigga pop out the damn coffin? I said, dude, talking about he been working all-nighters, night shift and all this other stuff, and blah, blah, blah. He was like, but you gotta be sleeping in a coffin, my nigga? Like, what is you doing? But anyway, the reason why Lil Murder went down there is because he wanted to talk to Woody about starting a tour. So he wanted to start a tour, and he like, a tour? My nigga, we in a pandemic. Like, why you want to start a tour? Like, no. And he like, yeah, but we got to get stuff popping off before it die down or whatever. And so he was like, I've been working on some new music. And Wody like, well, I hope it ain't slow. He was like, what? You saw my new video or whatever like that? He was like, yeah. He was like, because my video getting views on top of views on top of views. And he was like, yeah, but why? Because of Keyshawn or because of your music or whatever? And if you do a tour, what's going to be the draw? And so Murder was like, Keyshawn going to be the draw or whatever like that. So then he like, well, he got to go talk to her. So he get on the phone and he calls her up and she like, ain't nobody heard from you since the video or whatever. He was like, look, shorty, I'm going to give you your money. I'm going to give you your money. Don't worry about all that. I got that taken care of. You go get paid. But let's talk about this tour. So she like, tour in the whole middle of a panorama? Like, no. Like, what are you talking about? So he like, look, let's get the prince and the princess back out here on the pole or whatever like that and then run. She was just like, she was like, I get 400K views a day. He was like, remember all them looks you had got when you was on the stage and stuff or whatever like that. And so she thinking about it, but then she tell him she gonna have to pass. And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that. Bye. But run me my stacks, boy. Run me my stacks. So then she thinking, and so then she start, like, she was changing the baby while she was on the phone with him. So then she takes clean Pampers and throws them into the bin. And this is the way for her to get out the house. And I'm like, damn, girl, you got to do all that to get out the house? But anyway, we see Andre. He had his uncle wake. The uncle dressed like, he looked like a watermelon child. He had on the lime green with the pink, some pink. It was watermelon colors. But anyway, Eloise shows up and her and Andre, they start talking and stuff. And she's saying that she had got fired from the mayor's office and stuff. They chit-chat about the uncle. And then she say they need like one more pallbearer. And he was like, well, I can't because my wife and stuff. And she was telling him like, even though he gave you a hard time, he still loved you like his son. So then we see Andre, he outside, he's smoking a cigarette and stuff like that. And then Autumn, she pop out of nowhere, child. And she like shot me down or whatever. He was like, what? She was like, shot me down. So then he ends up giving her a cigarette. He was like, look at you sounding like you a Chuckaloosa native and stuff like that. She was like, well, maybe it just got into my veins. It just got into my veins. So he was like, well, when I thought when I saw you again, I was going to slap you. And she was like, well, I mean, you still can. And so he was like, well, I could be the one to kill you or whatever like that. And so then she said, or what did he say? He could be the one, he feel like he could be the one to kill her or something like that. She was like, no, because I already be dead or some shit. I can't remember right off that, child. I was trying to watch the show and take notes, child. It's been a long time. Please forgive me. But anyway, she was saying, I wish I could tell you that your grief get better. And he was like, you don't. She was like, no, it just go in, flows and stuff like that. It just changes. It just changes. She was talking about how, like, the weather, like, storms, and then sometimes it could be a motherfucking hurricane, and she ain't never lied, child. And so he was like, well, he was a father to me and stuff, and he was like a father to me when my father couldn't be or whatever. So then she was like, fuck social distancing, because she had got like right here in his face and stuff, and I was like, oh my. And so then she was like, funerals is for the living. She was like, funerals is not for the dead, they for the living or whatever. And he looked like he ready to tongue her down and stuff, but she just sachets away. I said, oh, Sam Autumn, you can't be playing with that man's feelings like that. He love you, girl. He love you. Anyway, at the funeral, so I guess the uncle's favorite color was lime green. So his favorite color was lime green, because everybody dressed in lime green, child. And they, they come and they doing the walk and stuff, and they dancing and whatever. It looked like a second line, but not quite. And Andre is there. He dressed in all black, child. Eloise had to end up giving him a lime green handkerchief. But I guess he decided to stay because he wasn't going to stay. But then he had brought a suit. So I'm like, well, was he wearing a suit at the wake? Maybe he was. I can't remember. But he did show up for the funeral. I guess because he changed his mind, because he was going to head home, but he stayed for the funeral. So she gave him a lime green handkerchief to put in his little pocket square, or a pocket square to put in his little... Is it called a pocket? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so he had something lime green on, child, because other than that, he was in navy blue and everything, child. So they did the funeral and stuff like that. Here go. Hey, we at Clifford grandma house. So she like, Clifford, get in here and watch this shit for me. He like, well, what I'm watching for you? What I'm watching for you? She like, watch this funeral for me. Do you see Mookie and them? And so he like, I see them, but I don't see no Mookie. Oh shit, you know exactly what that means. Cause that is Tay Dale's third baby mama. And the only reason why she ain't there, cause she knocking her foot off in them chitlins. Go on down there and get me a plate. He like, so you want the Rona to get me? She was like, you young, you ain't gonna die, you ain't gonna catch nothing. So he like, no. She was like, oh, give me my keys. Now, you know she can't see for shit. So, oh, God, I'm trying not to laugh because I don't want to cough. It hurts. So, anyway, he like, if you don't sit your dried up coochie down somewhere. I was cracking up. So, she was like, you know that Rona only something they say to keep, the crackers say to keep us niggas in the house or whatever. I was just like, girl, stop. So then we see Andre, he up there talking, or I should say preaching or whatever like that. We see the interim mayor, he in the crowd or whatever. And so they was talking about the uncle's favorite or the godfather's favorite word or whatever. And it was nigga. Because everybody in the crowd said it except for the white man. I said, he better not. Because he will get jumped right out there. But, you know, the funeral looked like it was good or whatever like that. So the grandmom is like, so you gonna steal that plate or what? That's all she was worried about was that goddamn plate of chitlins. I said, ugh, chitlins, first of all, they stink. How can you, oh my God. I ain't never eat them. I don't want to eat them. No. Anyway, we see Keyshawn. She got her wish, child. She on FaceTime with Gidget. She talking and stuff like that. But she got her wish and she was able to leave out the house. Because the baby daddy was like, damn, it feel like we just bought Pampers or whatever. I'll go down to the store. And she was like, well, no, I can go down there. And he was like, but you know, I can go down there or whatever. She was like, no, because I wanted to, you know, get some tampons, you know, whatever. And he was like, but it ain't the 4th. I said, damn, you clocking her period too? But anyway, she was like, but it's about to be. And so he was like, all right, well, give me a 6-pack of Coors or whatever. She was like, okay. So she head down to the store. And that's exactly what it was called, the store. But anyway, so she on the phone with Gidget. She ends up seeing Diamond. So Diamond working at the store, child, as security. Diamond was choking these people up because they had no mask on. I was too through. I said, see, that's what the store should have did, child. But anyway, he like, where your mask at? And she was like, well, I was just going to run in there real fast. You know, I was just going to run in there real fast or whatever like that. And Diamond, I'm so sorry, Diamond. So she really trying to explain herself. And he like, not here. And she was like, well, you know, I was just going, everything was just happening so fast, you know, that night. And he was like, get out of here. Get out of here with that, Keyshawn. Get out of here. She was like, but I'm just really trying to apologize, Diamond. I'm just really trying to apologize. And he like, going back to your redneck baby daddy. Gutter niggas. That's what he called me. I wonder what he calling you at home. He ain't say that. He ain't say that. He was like, why do you think I was about to kill his ass? Well, if you would have killed him, where would you have been, Diamond? What would you have been? I was just trying to save your life. He was like, no, gone. So then she tried to give him back the necklace that he gave her. And he was like, well, what I need that for if it ain't working or whatever like that. So then she walked away all sad. Why this man walk up? Try to get into the goddamn stove. And Diamond choked that man up. Where your mask? I was dying, y'all. Anyway, at the repast, everybody eating, dressed in lime green and stuff. They talking to Andre because he tall and stuff. Why black people always gotta equate tallness to basketball? Like, some people just tall. Like, talking about all that tallness going to waste. Like, you just can't be tall and not play basketball. But anyway, Uncle Clifford popped up at the repast looking fierce, child. Had on this sheer lime green shirt, lime green suit jacket, lime green like knee-high boots, and a blonde wig with like the oh my God, the clear face shield or whatever like that, child. Walked up looking like a bad bitch. Do you hear me? So, one second, y'all, because my lips is looking dry right now. I can't have that. No God. But anyway, so they like, oh, okay, Uncle Clifford, hey, how you doing or whatever. And so Mookie came outside or whatever. Uncle Clifford like, Mookie, you know why I'm here. And so he handed her the damn bowl She was like, fuck you, Clifford. I said, not the Tupperware bowl. So Uncle Clifford and Andre, they get to talking or whatever like that. So they going back and forth talking and stuff like that. And Uncle Clifford just want to make sure that his club is safe or whatever. And so Andre was like, is your club or is it Haley's club or whatever? And so Uncle Clifford like, we partners or whatever. So he was like, well, you shouldn't have nothing to worry about or whatever. So they was still talking or whatever. Mookie came out with the bowl of chitlins, and then Uncle Clifford walked off. But as Uncle Clifford was walking off, the new mayor or the interim mayor was walking up or whatever. So he starts talking to Andre, and he basically was telling Andre that he was going to still keep his uncle's wishes and do everything that his uncle had intended for Chuckaloosa or whatever like that. And so I think Andre, he must have said something to Andre that had got him like mad or whatever, like, because he got mad and walked off, but I rewound it and I couldn't really figure out what had happened, because I could have sworn that Andre had wanted the casinos to pop off because that's what they was fighting for, but he seemed like he was mad that the uncle was going to continue on that process of having the casinos, even though, like, Uncle Clifford not selling. Maybe they can work around it. I don't know. Well, maybe that's why he got mad. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments, because I sure as hell missed it. Anyway, we see Keyshawn. She in the baby's room or whatever. She's talking to the baby, and she was talking about, you mad because you can't get this titty milk no more, but you gonna be all right. And then she ended up climbing into the baby crib to tell the baby some ghetto Rapunzel story, child, and then she fell asleep. I said, okay. Anyway, we see Andre. She helping Mookie clean up. Andre gonna be staying at his godfather's house or whatever while they cleaning up, child. And these AR-15s start popping off, and so the Mookie's son was like, yeah, they making their midnight music or whatever. He locks the door, but he don't end up locking the screen door. And I'm like, you need to lock that screen door, because they can end up kicking down that wooden door, child. But anyway, the doorbell ring. Andre go open it up. He like, y'all forget something, thinking that it was them. It's Corbin. He done dropped some stacks of money on the porch and was like, that's a retainer. He was like, for what? Uncle Clifford ain't selling or whatever. He was like, yeah, but his new partner might. So then he like, I'll see you at the paint. Andre, of course, he picking up them stacks of money, because them stacks is like this. Okay, and in this time of the Rona, that will go far. Anyway, we see Mercedes and Autumn. They watching What's Love Got to Do with It. Mercedes scrolling on the phone. She ends up seeing that Autumn had listed auditions opening on the website, child. So, of course, Mercedes in her field, so she throws something at Autumn. And she like, really, bitch? You want to throw something? She was like, really, bitch? But you want to sit up there and try to hide new bitches. We don't need no new bitches or whatever like that. There's 6 days at the drive-through, at the strip-through or whatever like that, and we barely can make ends meet. You want us to be fighting over a bowl of chitlins or what? I said, what is with the chitlins, child? But anyway, Autumn like, we need more bitches. Mercedes like, we don't need no more bitches. We don't need, well, look, I'm the boss, and no. So she was just like, well, what Uncle Clifford got to say? She was like, well, I ain't talked to Uncle Clifford yet. Oh, okay, we gonna say, I don't need to talk to Uncle Cliff, because I'm the owner. I'm the owner. Oh, okay, bossa. You want some more? You want some lemonade, bossa, before you go to bed? I was cracking up. And so Autumn got mad. She was like, well, y'all, it's not my fault. I'm trying to keep the water out the boat, and y'all ungrateful bitches, I'm trying to give y'all a place to dance and shit and all this other stuff. So they going at it and stuff. And then that's what Mercedes said the all right bossa stuff. And then, child, she got to pour herself some lemonade and went on to bed and talking about some wait in the water. I was cracking up. I said, not wait in the water, child. Anyway, we see Murder. He getting ready for bed. And then Keyshawn texts him and said, let's call it the Dirty Dozen. 12 cities, 12 nights. And whatever. So then, of course, he excited. He start rapping his new song, and that's how it kind of ended, child. I was like, yes, we is the back with the pink baby. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this recap review. If y'all liked it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Go ahead and don't forget to comment down below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. I will see y'all in the next video. Hopefully, there'll be Sisters. I think I'm going to record it tomorrow. So, because I didn't watch it yet. But anyway, I will see y'all next time, y'all.